Hi, everybody. I was in search of a blank canvas. I've been working at a hotel in Lancaster for a few years on and off, and in December I got promoted to manager, yay, and with that promotion came a lot of extra stress, and I needed a reset. I needed to clear my mind. I needed to remind myself that I was interested in things other than checking people in and bringing towels to rooms, and I needed something for myself. So a buddy of mine invited me to a video game convention in Baltimore. I love old video games, old technology. I'm such a huge fan of it. And so we went, and there's a lot of difficult arcade games. Centipede was a really hard game. Frogger I always found sort of difficult. Galaga was another one. But by far, the hardest game we played at this convention was eat a pound of ham in the hotel room at 3 o'clock in the morning because it cost $50 to put it in the fridge. I have this habit of overspending for snacks. I get really excited. I'm like a kid at a birthday party, like stacks 3 pieces of pizza together and he smashes it in his mouth. I'm excited to go out, and as a result, every car trip that's longer than an hour is like preparing for a trip to the moon. So, like, do we have protein? Are we, like there's any risk of losing nutrients on this voyage to Baltimore? So, my wife, she works in the kitchen at the hotel where I manage. She made me a fresh loaf of bread to bring on this trip. So I said, well, we have to get something for this loaf of bread. It's not going to be butter. So, I got 1.5 pounds of capicola and mozzarella cheese. You know how I could tell I was excited? It was boar's head capicola and mozzarella cheese. Luxury cold cuts. Boar's head is the iPad of meat. So, met my buddy in Baltimore, went to the convention, had a great time, and we got to the hotel room. It was about 3 a.m., and we realized, oh my God, I've been carrying this meat and cheese in my backpack all day, and we forgot to put it in the refrigerator. Now, luckily, my backpack kept it relatively insulated, but that wasn't going to hold for the duration of the trip. So we opened the fridge, and the refrigerator looked like the bottom of the floor in Mission Impossible, like with all the lasers and stuff, and there's soda and Red Bull and snacks all stacked up. And it said, the fucking thing said, if you even do so much as think about touching this food, if you have at least a passing thought of eating the animal crackers that are all shaped like feet for some reason, or the trail mix with 1 raisin in it, TM, that's a trademark, we will charge you $100. And in smaller letters it said, any storage of personal items in this refrigerator will result in a $50 per day charge. Isn't that the most evil thing you have ever heard in your life? So my buddy Corey is in front of the refrigerator, opened it, and he sighs and he goes, we're gonna have to eat all this now. Game on. So it's about 3:15 at this point. Me in bed, TV in front of us, ham. I'm set up like a Latvian prisoner and have like a glass of lukewarm water next to it. And there's nothing on TV. And when there's nothing on TV, we watch the Food Network. Like, that's just the thing to watch because it's always entertaining. And it's 3:30. I don't want to be eating any of the things that I'm eating right now. I'm really tired. I'm really just low on energy. I would venture to say crotchety. I was crotchety at this point in the evening. So, just slice after slice of ham, and we're watching Food Network. And they're doing some kind of competition, and one of the judges says, as a legitimate compliment, he says, this food makes you think about what it is. And I wanted to choke him to death. And then the show did a segment on hot chicken. And then the next show started, and they began with a segment on hot chicken, and I genuinely rolled my eyes at the TV. Just, sure, get your own damn segment. And then Guy Fieri comes on about half an hour later. And Guy Fieri has this way of talking where he takes sentences, breaks them into chunks, and puts a badass inflection on it. In the Motor City, beef stew and bagels, served by the bowlful, out of the back of an El Camino. Like, that's how he talks. And at this point in the evening, it just made me really angry that this is what my life has become. And so it's, again, just slice after slice of ham, and we're almost near the end, and we get to, like, the last couple slices, and we're tired, and at this point, I'm delusional, and Corey puts on the aquarium channel. The hotel has a channel that's just like a live stream of an aquarium. And he turns the volume down because there's music playing, and I don't see him turn the volume down. I just see a fish and the number 12 behind his tail. And I legitimately think the government is trying to send me a secret message. So by the end of the aquarium channel, all the ham is gone, and our $50 debt is repaid. And the housekeepers didn't even see the Red Bull that I knocked over in my frustration when I saw that we had to pay to put things in the fridge. And the next day, I packed up all the paper from the ham, I put it in my backpack, and we didn't even check out. We just left out the back door. We didn't want to make eye contact with anybody. Because crazy things happen in a Maryland hotel room at 4 in the morning with a pound of spicy ham. Thank you very much.